Crashing with Friends Podcast.
Welcome to Crashing with Friends. My name is Kyle Hobbs, your host. This week I'm joined by Jackson Brayman.
What I do?
And Connor Hobbs.
What's going on?
Well, we didn't have a guest this week. It's Thanksgiving weekend, so I didn't really want to make anybody have to come up here and do a podcast.
Yeah, just didn't feel like, didn't want to bother him.
Yeah.
Family time.
Family time. Because when you're here, you're family.
Yep.
Your friends, at least.
And here, if you're the first one to reach for the chicken, you say grace.
That's true.
So,
How's your week been, Jackson?
I've been on kind of a Kevin Bacon kick.
Footloose?
No, I watched, dadgummit, I just had the name in my head. It's the Johnny Depp gangster movie.
Lawless?
No,
The one about Whitey Bulger?
yeah, about Whitey Bulger. Kevin Bacon was in that.
Black Mass.
Black Mass, that's
Oh.
it. I loved that movie, by the way.
It's a good movie.
But Kevin Bacon had like a small role in that, and then right after I watched that, I was like, I want to watch Tremors now. Which Tremors, I don't care what anyone says, fucking great movie. That is the epitome of a good B horror movie.
I'd agree. I'm not a fan of any of the sequels, really, but the first one, it can stand on its own.
See, I like the second sequel, like the second movie to it or whatever.
Isn't Joe Dirt's dad in that movie?
Yeah. I always forget his name, but yeah, he's like one of the consistent. No, he was one of the consistent ones. He was in the first and the second one, and then after that one, like once they went to 3, the only one that was consistent was the guy that played Burt Gummer, like the gun nut, and he's in every single one of them, and I think you can probably stop at 4 if you really like Tremors, you know. You can stop at 4. Everything after that gets really bad. It kind of becomes like Sharknado in a way once you go after 4.
We had Sci-Fi Channel as a kid, and I remember those movies were always on Sci-Fi.
Yeah. But yeah, I even thought 3 was all right. I thought 4 was better than 3, like the one where they go back in time, where they're like, old cowboy western days.
I don't think I've seen that one.
So it was like time travel in it?
No, they just go back in time to where it's like, all right, we're going to make a Tremors movie, but it's like in an old Western setting. And the guy that plays Burt Gummer, he's not Burt Gummer, and he's got a different name, but it's like the same bloodline. But it shows like where his family gets obsession with guns. Because when he first rolls into town, he's a dandy, and he like owns a mine, and it's getting fucked up by all these Tremors. Or graboids is what they call them. And so he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll have to call in some mercenaries. And then like he gets to hold his first gun. And then once he gets that, he's like, all right, time to really take care of these freaking graboids. And then he calls in like the first machine gun that you ever see. And I was like, bro, okay. I don't know, they did a good job on the 4th one. It's kind of like a
Reboot?
Yeah, kind of like a small reboot, but not really, because they didn't really go anywhere after that. They just went back to normal times after that. But yeah, then I'm sorry. Got started talking about Kevin Bacon, and then I just got talking about Tremors all of a sudden. Yeah.
What's something you've been getting into? It's all good. What else you been getting into?
Butt stuff?
No, not really.
No?
You,
Just eating your own butt?
no, you guys are the ones that are pushing me to do that.
We're good friends.
I'm not sure if you are. But yeah, that's basically been my week. Like for the Black Friday sales, I bought like both those South Park games, and I've been replaying them. Those are always fun to play.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much been my week for the most part. Nothing really going on. How's your week, Connor?
Well, if I would have known you guys were both wearing hats, I might have wore a hat this morning, but I kind of feel left out. So
I feel like I'm always wearing a hat. We're gonna go. I think if we go back through all these episodes, you'll see that I'm wearing a
I
hat
know.
in 98%.
Yeah.
been a good week. I got all my Christmas shopping done.
Dang.
I think I might need to get one more thing, but aside from that, it's all done. So pretty happy about that. Got some good deals, some really cool stuff that I think people will be happy to get. At least I hope so. Anyway, at the very end of Tales of Arise, which you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it by now, but I'm like 52 hours in.
Damn.
And I'm at the very end. I'm in the second to last area. It's called Lenegus. It's pretty much like a Death Star type thing going on. And there's like two planets. There's like the main planet Dana that you play most of the game at. There's like 5 like regions where you defeat the different lords in each region. And then the second part of the game, which is like a quicker part. It's not as long as the first part. But like you kind of go through, defeat all these bigger enemies, and then you end up going to this like Death Star place, and that's where I'm at now. And then apparently the last area is the final, like the other planet, Rena, which those are the invaders. So I'm pretty excited to get to that area and beat that game finally. But bought a bunch of games on the Steam sale. A lot of really cool games I've been dying to play. Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance was only like $15. So I'm going to be playing that pretty soon.
Didn't you already beat that though?
I did, but I mean, it's a 360 game, so it's been like 10 years or so since I beat it. And even now, it's like just looking at the combat, I'm like, yeah, this is a great hack and slash game, you know?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool looking. But yeah, I watched The Northman, also known as Techno Viking, the movie. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's gonna make my top 3 for the year by any means, but I think it's better than most like Marvel movies as far as like story, production value, things like that. It definitely threw me through a loop because I thought it was gonna be mainly like a river raid Viking warrior movie, like kind of what you see after like 20 minutes of the movie. It kind of shows the main character grown up, and you kind of see like some Viking stuff. And I thought that was gonna be like most of the movie. Turns out to only be like 10 minutes maybe.
Right.
And then it's all about this guy kind of like going off on his own, and then don't really want to ruin anything, but there's a cursed sword involved, which love me some cursed swords. Some prophecies, some magic,
Some Bjork.
some ass. Yeah, some yeah, it's a good movie, man.
Some male ass.
Some Anya Taylor-Joy ass, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely some male ass too.
Yeah.
Do you semi feel that movie could have been like even way more dope if we never had watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
Does that make any sense to you?
I have a feeling.
Yeah, because our brains wouldn't have been tainted by what we've already seen in Game of Thrones.
It would have been like the first, like, I don't know.
Because there's some extreme stuff that happens in that movie for sure. That'll blow you away. You don't ruin it.
Not gonna ruin it.
But it's very cool visually. The scene at the very end, there's a very dark scene. So if you watched Game of Thrones, that like night episode, and that was too dark, then this is probably going to be another scene that's really super dark because it's in the middle of a very low lit area. But it was a very cool scene. So yeah, I'd recommend it. I give it like an 8.5 to a 9, somewhere around there.
Wow. Yeah, that's probably what I'd give it.
Definitely one of the best movies of the year, you know?
Yeah. Willem Dafoe was great in it. as always.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe's great and everything.
Yeah.
That's how I was going to start it, was doing some weird shit like that. But I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I really like the opening of that movie, like just that super deep, hear me, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd recommend it to anybody that's thinking about it. It's on Amazon Prime right now for those at home. Easy way to watch it, right? Everybody's got Amazon, right? So check it out. Man, I was wanting to watch that Wednesday show on Netflix. Have you guys checked it out yet?
No, John Herbert texted me like yesterday and was like, "Hey, this show is really good. You guys should check it out."
Yeah, I've been hovering over it. I just been watching a lot of like sports, football, basketball, stuff like that. So, but I will be checking that out soon.
I'll probably watch it, but the thing is, ever since I've heard that Wednesday show is going to be coming out, I've been wanting to rewatch like the old. I think it came out in '91, Addams Family movie.
The movie, yeah.
The one with Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, I've been wanting to watch the first one, so before I watch that, I'm definitely going to be watching that movie first.
I think I'll do the same thing. Get a nice refresher.
I was telling John when he was texting me about this, but I've never been the biggest fan of Addams Family. It's just
I didn't think that the sequel was that great. I didn't care for. I saw the animated film, wasn't a fan.
I've seen the one with Christopher Lloyd probably like 3 or 4 times.
I've seen it way more than that.
I actually do like it, but I'm just not the hugest fan. But you guys are, it sounds like.
I didn't say that. So I was wanting to check out a TV show that seemed good. I don't know. I'm just gonna take it for its own thing. You know, I mean, it's not necessarily an Addams Family TV show. It's a Wednesday show where she's going off to this college or like a school or whatever. So I'm gonna take it for its own merit, see how it does, but we'll see.
Christina Ricci's in it at some point, from what I saw.
Yeah, she's one of the teachers.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it for the week, though. Pretty good week. Excited to play more video games.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't been playing much video games at all, man. I thought I would have God of War beat by now, but I'm only like 11 hours into that. It's like a 30-hour game. Yeah. It's like I'm also playing Cyberpunk at the same time, and I'm loving Cyberpunk, so.
I've got probably 30 games downloaded on my PC right now that it's just like, should I play this? Should I play that? And me and Jackson played It Takes Two last night for about an hour, beat the first 2 main levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a good time with that.
Yeah, we beat the toolbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how far we've got.
Yeah, beat the vacuum and the toolbox. Those are the 2.
There's like one part in that game that is extremely messed up. That was almost hard to watch.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That was pretty messed up.
Yeah. Connor is like seen most of the game up to like the last level, so he knows what we're talking about.
Right.
But
Yeah, the elephant
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, because they're trying to make their daughter cry and all that.
Yeah. It's messed up, dude.
There's more than one way to make your daughter cry.
Yeah.
Don't have to destroy your stuff.
I can't wait to see what the next game from that studio is. Because they make all their games are like co-op games, so.
yeah. Isn't it pumped out by the same studio that pumped out GTA and Red or
No.
no? I thought it was.
No, it's made by Hazelight.
Yeah, they did that jail game.
No, like
A Way Out.
weren't they like getting sued or something like that because what's the company that isn't like It Takes Two like the company that does
No, you're thinking of Take-Two.
Take-Two?
Yeah, they're the ones who own like NBA 2K, GTA.
Yeah, and then they tried to sue that game for It Takes Two. I remember seeing a lawsuit thing about it.
I could see that. I could see them being bitter about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're quoting the It Takes Two song.
I don't know. I just remember I remember seeing some kind of like really stupid, frivolous like suing over like someone was suing It Takes Two because they had a similar type name. And everyone that read the article was just like, well, they're not going to win that.
Right.
That's stupid.
That is really stupid. But good game though.
Great game.
Yeah, having fun with it.
Yeah.
Well, you think we should go ahead and move into the first topic
Sure.
for tonight? All right. I wanted to talk about some of our favorite fight scenes in movies.
Okay.
Now, one of the first ones that I thought of is the movie True Lies, and it's the fight scene that happens in the bathroom. You know what I'm talking about? Whenever he's going through he goes through the mall. There's like I think they're Iranian bad guys that are like following him, and they just kind of like follow him into the bathroom, and then that's when this whole fight scene takes place. And during this whole fight scene, there's like one dude that's sitting in the crapper, hearing all of it going on and seeing bullet holes come flying through.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen the helicopter scene from that movie.
Oh man, True Lies is such a fantastic. I mean, it's my favorite Schwarzenegger movie.
It's pretty good. I like it
It's
quite
an
a bit. Yeah.
it's such an insanely good movie.
Isn't Laurie not Laurie Strode? What's her fucking name?
Yeah, the woman that plays her. Dadgummit. I had her name in my head just a second ago.
She's really into that yogurt that makes you poop.
We're all forgetting her name at the exact same time.
This is awful.
Yeah.
And we all know who we're talking about.
Yes, we all know her. Yes. We all know.
'Cause when I saw her, I knew it was a man because there's a striptease scene in that movie. Jamie Lee Curtis. That's
There
her
we
name.
go.
There you go. Freaky Friday.
And,
It's her own fault for having 3 names.
Yep.
But yeah, the fight scene that happens in that bathroom, like, I'll have to see if I could try to find like a special effects video off that fight scene in the bathroom alone, because it's insane. Because I remember sending you the one about the bridge, I think, and I think you watched it. But
You never sent it to me.
oh, I never did.
No.
Ah,
But
but
do you know who directed that movie?
James Cameron.
Okay, that's what I thought. Interesting. I wonder why he didn't talk about that in that GQ.
I was thinking the same thing, man, because like I watched I mean, you said you didn't watch it or something, or I didn't send it to you, but I watched like a whole video that was talking about them blowing up the bridge and stuff like that, and all the stuff that they had to do to get that right. And I was just like, man, there's so much that went into doing just this scene alone. It's insane. Mm-hmm. But yeah, True Lies is not only my favorite like Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, it's probably my favorite like action hero movie. As far as like, you know, not superheroes, but just straight up action hero, kind of from the 90s type movie.
And what makes that bathroom scene so unique?
It's just a lot of good choreography, you know, like that. A lot of special effects from like all the bullets like hitting the tiles and stuff like that. There's just like seeing like what that bathroom looks like before like the fight happens and seeing what it looks like after.
It's just totally
like,
destroyed.
damn. Yeah.
See, my favorite bathroom fight scene is from Mission Impossible Fallout.
Same, similar thing. The bathroom ends up getting destroyed.
Yeah, and you get Henry Cavill reloading his arms, like cocking them. I watched the behind the scenes thing on that, and he did it the first time because he's like it felt cool, so I did it. And then they did a retake of it, and he didn't do that. And the director was like, "Whoa, dude, do the hand thing again. You're not doing the arm thing." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "The reload your arms." It's like, that looks really cool.
I think what I read was actually a little bit different. He said that he'd been doing it for so long. They've been doing it for so long that it was similar to like when you're weightlifting, when you got to reset your ligaments so you don't like accidentally tear them or something. You kind of just like reset your arms and stuff. He said that's what he was doing.
Interesting, huh?
Because they've been doing it for so long. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. That's what I read anyway. I don't know.
Huh.
But still, love that scene.
Yeah. Well, that's one of my favorite fight scenes from True Lies. Connor, what's one of yours?
Well, before any of you guys take it, the first John Wick movie, the club scene, you know, just all the cool gun action, all
You
these
can almost
sets.
say the entire fucking movie.
More specific fights here, you know.
All right.
The club scene, I just remember it was so iconic with the music, with the visuals. We haven't seen any sort of like gunfighting like that in a movie yet. Mm-hmm. It's just to see him like go on a tear and just make it look so cool. It was like, boom, we got Keanu Reeves back, man, you know. But yeah, that movie, man, still my favorite out of all the John Wicks is the first one. You know, it's hard to beat that.
Yeah. I mean, the first one's really solid for one. And then you feel like all the other movies are kind of set up to where it's like, okay, we got to make sure that we have it set up for the next one.
Like expand. Let's make this universe a little bigger every movie. Like boom, boom, boom. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first movie felt like a complete movie.
Oh yeah, just like the
It
first
didn't feel
Matrix.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which one is it where he's driving down the road and he's having that fight with all those like guys on the motorcycles?
I think that's 3.
Pretty sure that's the third one.
I think it's 3, but don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've seen the second or the third one.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite fight scenes of that whole trilogy is him on those motorcycles messing those dudes up with those samurai swords and shit.
Very cool.
I think my favorite fight of the John Wick series is, I think it's in, man. Okay, I think it's in John Wick 3 because it's after he got excognito or whatever it's called. And
Excommunicated?
Excommunicado. And he's getting chased through like all these different places by these guys that are trying to collect the bounty on him. And he ends up going to I don't know, it just looks like a knife museum, if that makes any sense. And there's just a shit ton of knives everywhere. And then it just becomes like a knife throwing fight and all this kinds of stuff with knives that I didn't see in any other John Wick movies. So that one was really dope to me. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite of that trilogy so far. Are you guys going to go see the fourth one in theaters?
Maybe. We'll see.
I haven't seen any of them in theaters.
I saw the third one in theaters, and whenever I saw the third one, I was like, I kind of regret seeing this because I didn't think the third one was good at all.
Really?
All the fight scenes were great. All the fight scenes were great, but everything outside the fight scenes, I was just like, what is going on here, man?
Too much on the Continental.
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's gotten to the point to where it's like John Wick is no longer like the standalone absolute badass of the trilogy. It's like, or of the movies, you know? Everyone used to look at this dude like, oh, this is the fucking boogeyman. Don't ever fuck with him. It turns out there's a shit ton of people just like him, but he might be just 1 or 2% better.
Mm-hmm. And for that whole boogeyman thing, it's like, well, they put a big enough price on his head. Like, everybody's going to go after him now. So it's just like, well, what's that rep do for you if you're not going to, intimidate people,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they're doing a good job of, like, just making him a fucking badass. He hasn't lost yet, so.
True.
I don't know. I just feel like it's getting too out of proportion. It's like the Fast and Furious movies. They're getting...
Well, Dom's a superhero now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he withstood a freaking titanium reinforced frame wrecking into his car by Jason Statham.
That's only Fast 7. Wait till you get to Fast 9 and some superhero shit. Captain America is some dudes, man. Telling you.
Insane.
I would love to like go to someone that has no idea what Fast and the Furious is. Show them the first movie and then show them the last movie. Be like, you fill in the gap there, man. You tell me what happened.
Oh yeah. I know you personally don't like this movie that much, but one of my favorite fight scenes is in 007 Die Another Day when he's fighting the main bad guy inside the country club.
Oh yeah,
they're having a fencing fight. Yeah,
it's not a bad scene. The thing is, I don't. It's not that I hate the movie. It's just whenever you watch it, you can't stop thinking about all the cheesy one-liners because that is the entire movie. It's the entire movie is just one-liner after one-liner after one-liner.
It doesn't stop. It
never stops. You think it's going to stop at some point and he's going to say something serious. He doesn't. He will not. He refuses. It's almost like got like whoever wrote the dialogue for the Batman and Robin movie. It was like, get him for Die Another Day.
Yeah.
Man.
Awesome.
Another fight scene that is probably like one of the greatest like I don't know, kung fu fight scenes I've ever seen in the movie is the fight between it's been a while since I've seen the movie, but there's this movie called The Raid Redemption, and the whole movie is just nonstop action-packed like fights the entire time, but once you get to the end, it becomes like a 2-on-1 scenario where it's one bad guy versus 2 of the good guys, and they're both just fighting the shit out of each other, and the bad guy is like actually kicking their asses too. But yeah, it's so good. Like I would give that an 11 out of 10 fight scene because of the choreography, and there's no way that those guys like didn't take at least 100 punches accidentally to the face making that.
Right.
So if anything, I would highly recommend just to try to, if you can find it on YouTube, just watch it on YouTube and check out that fight scene because it's the gnarliest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hell yeah. I'll check it out. I've heard of it several times, but I just haven't
Yeah, it
watched
seems
it.
like Jackson brings it up at least once to twice a month, something like that.
It's one of those movies where like the dubbing for the movie is probably one of the worst dubs I have ever heard in my life.
I must watch
So
it.
if you
It makes me want to watch it even more
Yeah.
now.
I must see this thing.
You know what? That might actually be worth, if you go into it knowing you're about to see one of the worst dubbings you've ever heard in your life, it might be good.
I love bad dubs, dude. Oh my gosh.
Well, I've got it.
You guys got any other fight scenes?
Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, MTV's fight winner, whatever, Gandalf versus Saruman, the top of the tower.
Oh yeah, that fight is sick.
It was a pretty good fight, but honestly, my favorite fight in that movie is the last fight with Legolas flying down those stairs on the shield, shooting people with the arrows, also throwing Gimli and all that kind of stuff. The whole orc running with the giant sparkler about to blow up the wall. Just that whole ending war scene. I thought it was better than Return of the King. I mean, you get the elephants in Return of the King and the Shadow or the Ghost Army, but I think that just the overall vibe in the fight and the nighttime, everything about Two Towers. Yeah. I just love that movie.
There's a lot about Two Towers that can make it better, and one of the reasons fight scene isn't as long, so maybe less is more in that aspect.
True.
2, it's the first big battle scene that you get to see in Lord of the Rings, and
Helm's Deep.
yeah,
Helm's Deep, yeah.
and yeah, like you said, the mood of just hearing that march coming in. Yeah,
So dark, so wet. Yeah. Love it.
man, you make me want to watch Lord of the Rings. Every time I come out of these podcasts, I always come out of it wanting to watch like 5 or 6 movies that I end up not watching.
I feel ya.
Yeah, so any more fight scenes? Any more?
Maybe some of the fight scenes in Troy. I really love that movie. The part where is his name Perseus? I can't remember. But the younger brother is going out to fight. Not Agamemnon, but his brother, the one that lost Helen. He's like, I'm gonna go kill this little boy, pretty much. There's this whole fight scene where Orlando Bloom almost dies.
He's like beating him down with the sword.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much is like one stroke away from being killed, and then his brother comes in and kills him and stuff, and then that starts the whole thing, and then it gets crazy after that.
The voice, not the voice, but the guy who plays Agamemnon, that's Logan Roy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stryker from X-Men, and such a good actor.
Brad Pitt's really good in that movie, man. He's got some cool fight scenes. Yeah. That intro fight scene where it is Agamemnon calling up Achilles, and then he pops up and he's like fighting that big dude. He just runs right at him, dodges the spears, and then just whoop right into the throat. One shot. So yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's like nuts.
I don't think I've seen Troy since it came out.
That's a good one.
I like those movies that take place back in like, Greece and, all that, or Troy, or just anything like that. I've been meaning to watch The Odyssey again. And then also what's Jason and the Argonauts? I need to watch that one again too.
I would love for them to give give it the James Cameron treatment, the Odyssey movie.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Like
Blow it up.
Yeah. Really put some love and really put some good CGI and stuff like that.
Some good writing, some top-notch acting.
It's time that we get some new stuff that is old stuff. You know.
The Odyssey, partway through that, some of them get turned into pigs, right?
I think that might be Jason and the Argonauts. Maybe.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I mix the two stories a lot in my head.
Yeah, those movies are really good.
You guys want to do a movie game or you want to do something else?
We can do a movie game. You got a movie game for us?
Yeah.
All right, bring it. Is it basically going to be me versus Kyle?
And
All right.
Casper here.
You guys got to keep your own scores.
I'll keep my own score.
There's a total of 15. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. A fearless warrior on a perilous mission comes face to face with a steely cop serving British forces in this epic saga set in pre-independent India.
RRR.
You didn't say your name, but I'll count it.
Oh, my bad.
All right. So that's one for Jackson.
Hey, Jack, you want to grab my... here, let me grab my notebook.
Did you ever finish that movie, by the way, Jack?
No.
No.
Did you, Kyle?
No. Still have a good 15 minutes left of it.
I got to know what happened to that dude after the snake bit him.
Oh, man.
Did he die?
No,
Never know.
he doesn't.
He was probably badass enough to fucking just clench really hard and then all of a sudden, no more venom.
It all pops out of his skin.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, for this game, you are J Smooth. I'm K Rock.
All right.
All right, the next one. Years after the Civil War, a bounty hunter and his captive are waylaid by a Wyoming blizzard and holed up in a station with 6 dicey strangers.
Kyle.
Man.
Hateful Eight.
Yep, Hateful Eight. What did he say? Something like, he sucked my dingus or...
Yeah. He said, I pulled out my big black pecker.
Oh, okay. That's what he said. All right. Next one. Fresh out of prison, debonair thief blank assembles a crew of specialists to pull off an elaborate heist of
Jackson. Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11 of 3 Las Vegas casinos. That was risky. You didn't know the full plot to that.
You said out of prison.
Fresh out of
and
prison.
Gathered an ensemble crew.
All right, fair enough.
Yep.
And I watched that movie not too long ago, and it's fucking great.
I watched it not too long ago either.
Not a fan of 12, but 11 and 13, love those.
12 is kind of blah.
Yeah, doesn't have the same kind of vibe. All right. A drone technician sets out to unlock the secrets of a nearly abandoned future Earth after finding a crashed spacecraft carrying a mysterious woman.
Kyle. Oblivion.
Oblivion.
It's been a while since I've seen that. I forgot most of the plot today.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
Drone technician? What? All right, so you got the scores?
Yep. 2-2.
Determined to spend more time as a family, bumbling dad blank takes his wife and kids on a chaotic cross-country journey from Illinois to California.
Kyle.
Jack.
Vacation.
Correct. National Lampoon's Vacation. Try to get the full name in here.
Half point.
All right. Next one. A pair of wily divorce mediators who blank to blank blank.
Jackson. It is Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
To black.
Finish the rest of that out.
Yeah. A pair of wily divorce mediators who crash weddings to pick up women meet their matches in 2 daughters of powerful politicians.
I immediately knew it from just wildly divorced media.
Motorboat. You motorboating son of a bitch.
You old sailor, you.
Talking about Owen Wilson movies, man. That's one of my favorites right there.
Anakin keeps asking me throughout the week, like, Dad, can you watch a funny movie? And I'm like, so badly I want to put on Wedding Crashers, but it's so not appropriate for kids. We started watching Anchorman a few nights ago with him, and within 5 minutes, Rachel's like, you got to turn this off, dude.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it's like, he's like, I want to be on you. You know what I'm saying? I love Anchorman. All right, you can keep going.
Women do not belong in the newsroom, and that is a scientific fact.
Maybe when he's 13, watch that. After a bitter divorce, a loan officer falls under the sway of a blank who urges him to say blank to everything that comes his way for a year.
Jackson, yes, man.
Yeah. After a bitter divorce, a loan officer falls under the sway of a self-help guru who urges him to say yes to everything that comes his way for a year. That one's hard.
Yeah, I was like, is that Liar Liar?
All right. What's the score?
Jackson's got 4. I got 3.
Okay. Retired soldier Chris Vaughn returns home to revive his family's lumber mill, only to discover that drug dealers...
Jackson, Walking Tall.
Walking Tall.
Dwayne Johnson.
Only to discover that drug dealers and a shady casino owner have taken over.
It's also one of the, whenever they first started doing this, like when they started allowing PG-13 movies to have one F-bomb dropped, it was one of the first movies to have that F-bomb and have it hard in there, you know?
Mm-hmm. Can you repeat what was said?
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, that's a hard F.
He drops a hard F in there.
Surprised everyone's like, fuck!
It was also the first time I ever heard The Rock say fuck. So
Yeah. And you just wanted more after that, right?
yeah, because before that, you only got to see The Rock on screen as either The Rock or a Scorpion.
Right. That's the Scorpion King, Jackson.
Dude, last night, we were watching something, and Anakin's like, Dad, he's got into wrestling at some point, and he's like, me and my wife explained to him that wrestling was completely fake and all this stuff to him, and he was like, wait. And he's like, do anybody wrestle real? Like legit wrestling? I'm like, yeah, in high school and college. But like what you see on TV is completely fake. I was blowing his mind, dude.
Did you show him what real
It's a
wrestling
weird
looks
way-
like?
I don't know, it's a weird way to talk about it as it being fake. Predetermined is a better way of saying it.
Well, it's fake. Movies are fake. It's just acting, like, you know. And I was trying to explain that to him.
I mean, the stunts do still hurt the people.
Oh yeah,
you know. But yeah. Did you show him real wrestling though, so he knows what real wrestling looks like?
No, he was like, so Dad, like the wrestling where they have stuff on their heads, that's real? I'm like, yeah.
And two guys 69 each other? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's wrestling for you.
And then you have your fucking opponent dig their chin into the back into your back.
Right.
Fucking hated wrestling, man, mainly for that reason. People just taking their chin and just trying to fucking dig it into you as hard as they can.
And you didn't reverse them and do the same thing to them?
Oh, you know it. You know I did.
Yeah.
Did you ever get any chin on chin action?
Yeah.
Never once had chin on chin action. I never looked at the dude and was like, your chin versus my chin.
All right. Next movie. When a Hong Kong inspector is summoned to Los Angeles,
Jackson. Who said it?
I guess Kyle technically.
Rush Hour.
Okay, to investigate a kidnapping, the FBI assigns a cocky LAPD cop to distract him from the case.
You're so fucking lucky it's not Rush Hour 2, man.
When the U.S. Embassy in Hong Kong is bombed, Inspector Lee and vacationing Detective Carter team up against an international crime syndicate.
Rush Hour 2, Jackson.
That's correct. Please say your name before you say the movie.
So I didn't get it right.
You both got a point.
Oh, you had both of them?
Yeah,
in there?
he just did the second one.
Oh, I didn't realize we were on this. Okay.
Yeah, fucking snoozing over there.
Well, no, I thought he was reading out the. Oh, okay.
I thought he was reading the rest of the description too, and then it dawned on me. It was like, well, that's at Rush Hour 2.
Detectives blank and blank team up again and head to Paris to protect a tattooed French woman.
Rush Hour 3. Rush Hour 3.
What the hell are you doing right now? Gosh, dude.
For those who are ready.
Detectives Lee and Carter team up again and head to Paris to protect a tattooed French woman who knows too much about an assassination plot. Good job, guys. All
I
right.
wish they would make a Rush Hour 4. I keep hearing talks about them making it for a long time, but that's all I hear is talks about making it.
All right, we got 4 more, guys. Desperate to be the top cops on the force, 2 misfit detectives break
Kyle.
free.
The other guys?
The other guys
Nice.
from their desk jobs and stumble onto the biggest case of their careers. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. No. That's the one where they fall out of the roof at the beginning. No,
Aim
I've
for the
never seen
bushes.
it.
You've never seen the other guys?
No.
Oh my god.
I watched the first like 20 minutes and I'm like, dude, this does not seem like something I'd want to watch.
It is one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies that I've
Really?
ever seen. And it is a crime that there is not a second Other Guys like being made. They made a Daddy's Home 2, but not another Other Guys.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe if they just got Mel Gibson for the second one, they'd make it.
I can't believe that they put Mel Gibson in that movie. man.
I know.
So stupid.
After you hear some of the wild shit that he has said, you're like, man.
It's like, damn, this guy's making Passion of the Christ?
Calm down, sugar tits. All right.
That's probably like the most lighthearted thing to say.
Right. Yeah.
The other stuff we can't say.
Yeah, you should watch the other guys. The other movie, what was it? The Good Guys? Isn't that the other one? It's Russell Crowe and
Yeah, that's the one that I haven't seen.
yeah.
It's called The Good Guys. Is it called The Good Guys?
It's called The Nice Guys.
Oh, The Nice Guys. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one I have seen, and that movie's fantastic.
That one's really good too, man. Another great what's his name? Not Russell Crowe, the other guy.
They call you the him of our time.
Of our time.
Yeah.
Of this podcast.
Ryan Gosling.
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
Connor
so
is the Ryan Gosling of the podcast.
he's so handsome, man. So handsome.
It's easy for me to remember that because every time I go to get my haircut, I just say, give me one of the Ryans.
Give me the
which is
Gosling.
Referring to either Gosling or Reynolds.
And how long ago has that been?
That was
3 years ago.
18 years ago. Before we move on, Russell Crowe, has anyone seen that movie Unhinged?
No.
No?
Oh, man. Like, if you're someone like me that whenever, like, they fuck up your order wrong in fast food or something like that, and then you just start getting, like, these crazy fucking, like, God, man, this is the second time I've had to go through this fucking drive-through, man. I would like to take this hot fucking coffee and just right through the window. Mm-hmm. Russell Crowe's the guy who's like, I'm going to do all that. I'm going to do all that today.
Damn.
Dang.
Is it pretty
Yeah.
good?
Half and half.
Half and half. Like the coffee.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where what's her name? The girl that plays Ramona Flowers or whatever. Basically, she just does something to cross Russell Crowe while he's having like one of the worst days of his life, and he's just like, "Well, I'm gonna make sure it's my life mission to fucking destroy your life now." So he goes all out to just fuck with this one girl, like all because of a traffic stop accident type thing, or she just honked the horn at him and was like, "Get out of the way, asshole!" And he's like, "I don't think you really meant to say that to me." And she's like, "Fuck you." And then he's like, "Okay, I want to go kill your husband. I'm going to go and do all this other shit."
Damn.
But all of it, like, she does this to him, like, right after he just went and did something crazy as well. I think he, like, went and killed, like, his ex-wife and her parents or something like that. So he's already he's already a little upset.
Okay. Well, Jackson gets a tangent. I get a tangent. So I watched Thor: Love and Thunder on Disney Plus. So glad I didn't go see it in the theater. Didn't really like it that much, but Russell Crowe's part was very funny. And he's got a funny voice in that. That's what I recommend. All right. Next movie.
All right.
Bumbling Inspector Blank must solve the murder of a world-famous soccer coach and catch the thief who stole the priceless diamond ring.
Jackson? I'm going to throw a guess. Pink Panther.
Yep, The Pink Panther, 2006.
I've never seen it.
Yep, I didn't want to
So
watch
that was
it.
just a guess.
I was gonna guess Mr. Bean, but
Yeah. All right, 2 more. What's the score?
Jackson's already won. It's 8-5.
8-5. Okay.
Yeah. So if Kyle wins them out here,
All right.
you can go for a less embarrassing loss.
Jackson fucking got Rush Hour 2 and 3 back to back. That's how fucking Jackson's winning right now. So fuck off.
You got the first one, so what the fuck? You know what they are.
A clever thief masterminds a major heist amid the waterways of Venice, Italy.
Kyle, The Italian Job.
But a betrayal by one of his own spells disaster. Yep, The Italian
That's
Job.
another movie I haven't seen in a long time.
That opening is so cool, man.
Probably the best part of the movie, really.
And then I love the scene where they're flying those Mini Coopers through those tunnels.
Yeah.
That heist in GTA 5, when you do that same thing,
Oh,
is so
yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last movie. After Blank discovers that his murdered father belonged to a secret guild of assassins, he hones his innate killing skills and turns Avenger.
Want to say that one more time?
After Blank discovers that his murdered father belonged to a secret guild of assassins, he hones his innate killing skills and turns
Jackson.
Avenger.
Wanted.
Wanted.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I was like, oh, that's not my point. That's Jackson's. I was trying to think, man. I was like, what's that movie where it's like, you do not know you're not a Zunu, you're not know true pain? What's that movie?
Ninja, was it Ninja Assassin?
Ninja Assassin. I was like, is that the movie he's talking about?
You do
Ninja
not
Assassin?
know true pain.
Man, it's been a long time since I watched that movie. Man.
You are not a Zunu.
I remember when me and my wife first got together, it was like the first movie we ever watched together. And she was like, this is one of the best movies I ever watched. And then we watched it again like a year later. She's like, what was I thinking? Like, this movie sucks.
I've had that moment. I saw the movie Drive Angry and I thought, I fucking love this movie, but that movie's awful.
I think it was the chain knife thing that made her think it was so cool, because that's why I thought it was so cool.
Right.
But yeah, the movie's not the best.
I remember thinking at the end of that movie, I was like, well, that's fucking stupid. Whenever you find out, like, oh, that dude's heart is just on the other side of his body. That's why he didn't die.
Makes no sense. Yeah.
Does that actually happen? Is that like a real thing? Like people will have their hearts born on the other side of their body?
I don't know. That seems a little fucked up.
I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen, I guess.
Yeah.
It's true. People are born with 2 penises, so.
People are born with 2 heads.
People
It's
are
not
born
crazy to think that a heart could be born on the other side of the body, I guess.
People are born fused together.
I knew a kid on the bus when I was in first grade. She had 6 fingers, and I remember talking to her about it all the time. Like, so what the fuck happened to that 6th finger? And she's like, oh, they just cut it off when I was a baby. I'm like, what the hell, dude? You had a 6th finger. But she said all it was growing out of the side of her thumb.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
it was like an appendage coming out of a appendage already. So.
Yeah, I was like, that would have looked crazy if you would have kept letting it grow.
Yeah, you can't let that grow. Ugh. Even 6 fingers put on the hand properly looks weird as fuck. Like on the Magicians with the 6-fingered guy, 6 fingers on each hand, looks weird as fuck.
You could 100% work on becoming like the Mortal Kombat and Tekken master if you had freaking 2 thumbs to work with.
True.
Me and Anakin were watching Bruce Almighty 2 or 3 nights ago, and the part where he's like, how many fingers I got behind my back? And he's like 7. He pulls it out. He's got 7 fingers on his hand. Anakin lost it, dude. I love that scene.
Bruce Almighty is a good movie, man.
It's nice and heartwarming, man. It's pretty good.
It's like crazy to think like Like, because I always thought that I was like, okay, well, this is a Christianity movie. Like, whenever I first watched it, but then I always keep forgetting about the "back to you, fuckers." I was like, yeah, they want to put this in a Christian movie. But no.
No.
The Princess Bride. Is his name Diego Montoya? Mm-hmm. Isn't he
Indigo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Montoya, right?
Yeah, Indigo Montoya.
Okay. He's searching for the six-fingered man, right?
Yeah.
Another classic, Six Fingers. I just had to bring it up. Sorry.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I win, you lose.
Sure do. Good job, Jack.
You did pretty good, yeah. I knew one of you guys would get on a roll with those rush hours.
I mean, I don't know.
One of you would figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
But also, just kind of goes to show like how well we know movies when we can guess them like before you're even halfway through the description. So
True.
Yeah.
Even blanking out like half of Wedding Crashers, you got it off of just like 5 words. So
yep.
pretty good.
I'm gonna have to try to make a game where I just try to use as little words as possible and see if you guys can guess what movie I'm talking about.
5 words.
Yeah. Describe a movie in like 3 words or less.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move into Yo Dude, check this out.
Yo, dude. Hey, yo, what's up? Check this out. Yo, dude.
My phone's down here still.
So, Yo Dude, check this out. The new Spider movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, is going to have 6 different cartoon animation styles in the same movie. So
That's
every
pretty
different
cool.
universe they go to is going to have a different animation style.
Nice.
Isn't that crazy?
I love it.
Yeah, that first Spider-Verse movie is just, it looks so wild, man. Such a good movie.
What do you think? What kind of animations are you going to do? Obviously, they're going to do the animation they have been doing.
They're going to do a Looney Tunes type animation because of the pig. You got to think they're going to go back to that pig universe.
Then Dark Noir is, or whatever his name is.
Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, Spider-Man Noir. Noir Spider-Man. Yeah, that's probably going to be all, black and white, old school newspaper looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I wonder how much they're going to feed into like Spider-Man 2099 in that movie.
I think that's the main plot, right? I
think so,
He's
yeah.
going to be the main driver of what's going on, so can't wait, dude.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man 2099. Yeah.
Coolest costume by far. I always use those costumes in the Spider-Man games
Me
when
too.
I play them.
Yep. That or I'll use the new movie costumes. I like those a lot, especially that Amazing Spider-Man outfit. I really liked Andrew Garfield's outfit in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yo, dude, check this out. I found out today that there's a fly out there, and it was actually like fruit flies and all that stuff. There is a type of fly out there that is actually named after Beyonce, and it's called the Scaptia Beyonce. And it was named it was named after Beyonce because of its golden butt.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Can I see that ass?
Yeah. There's the ass.
Wow.
Okay.
It's got a golden booty.
I bet that's attractive to other flies.
Probably.
Dang. Wonder where they found it.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly say.
Oh, dang it. It's just nowhere close to me, though.
Probably not.
All right.
Probably not any closer to you than Beyonce is.
She's damn close.
All right, yo, dude, check this out. Company fires 2,700 workers while they were sleeping days before Thanksgiving. This furniture company, God, what's the name? United Furniture Industries, UFI. They didn't get any prior notice. They were just told Monday morning that they were laid off. Their insurance was terminated. If they had any company property, they were supposed to return it immediately. They wouldn't even let people get their stuff back from inside the company. They said that they're going to eventually do that at some point.
What the fuck?
And I guess they're supposed to, like, a company is supposed to give you a 60-day notice before they shut down. They didn't do that to anybody. So they're going to get sued is what it looks like. So yeah, it's crazy, man. You always hear about something like this happening every year. It's either before Thanksgiving or Christmas. Some company just decides to lay off everybody. It's like, what are you guys doing, man? It's unforgivable, man.
I don't understand the mindset of these billionaires or millionaires, and it's just like, it's just part of the numbers. I just gotta get rid of it. It's like, man, do you have a soul, a heart? Like,
That's a whole small town right there. 2,700 people, man. Shit.
Nah. It's times like this that I really wish that there was some kind of vigilante out there that saw stuff like this, was like, take justice in my own hands.
I'm surprised all those people that didn't get fired didn't storm that place and get their stuff back.
I mean, they are going to allow them to get their stuff back, but it's just like, it wasn't like an immediate thing. But yeah, I would be pissed about it too.
Man, especially before the holidays. It's like, dude.
What if I had like my wallet and shit like that, like in there?
Yeah. That's why you don't keep valuables at work, man.
It's true.
Anybody can steal them.
Corporations don't care about you, unfortunately.
Right.
Yep.
I've learned that so many places I've worked that they just don't really care about you, man. You're just a number.
A company is not a person, but they get treated like one. They get all the benefits of being a person, which isn't cool, man.
Yeah.
That's why we should hate on companies, not each other.
Word.
That's another reason to be thankful. I pretend.
Let's go out and burn some companies down, guys.
Yeah, let's do it. Starting with
No, I gotta shop there sometimes.
The ones that are farther away from Connor's house. I'll start with those.
oh man. Well, you guys got any words of wisdom?
Save your money. That's about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
things are getting real expensive.
Jackson, you got any words?
Be careful around people named Larry.
Creepers, them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Some would say sex offenders, right?
Yeah.
We know one Larry that is. Because of him, he's ruined it for the rest of y'all Larrys.
Yeah, he really wanted me to stay there and drink some beer with him.
What if that offer's still good?
I don't think so. I think he's in prison.
Yep.
I brought a 6-pack for you, Larry. You want to drink?
I don't know if he's still in.
And I got this diamond earring for you.
God.
It's weird. I saw that dude around for months, like maybe close to a year. And then every time I saw him, he always had a beanie wearing like on his head.
The other Larry is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not talking about the same Larry from that was trying to
Oh, okay.
pedophilize me and Connor.
Yeah, we're talking about two different Larrys.
Two different
with
Larrys.
the Same tactics.
Yeah.
But yeah, this other Larry, he's always wore a beanie. And like every time I saw him, always wore that beanie. And then I didn't realize till like maybe a year later, after I kept just seeing him around town, took off his beanie. Fucker had like a long ass ponytail underneath that, like longer than my hair.
Gross dude, too.
Yeah, it's just weird to be seeing a dude see a dude like around town for like a year and like not know that he had really long hair the entire time.
You need to do that. Put your hair into a man bun and then just put a slouchy over it all the time.
I'm good.
Yeah, get your hair real wet and then put it underneath a beanie and just leave it there. See how long you can last.
If I were to do that, I would have like a bunch of curls right here, but then just flat. Look like George Washington. Yeah, look like Bach.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys for joining me on episode 62 of Crashing with Friends.
62.
Yep. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Crashing with friends.
5,